said no. Then I found myself in the strangest flow. The sun whispered, sit back, enjoy the show. 'Cause baby, don't you know where exactly we're supposed to go? And ain't it soothing that we know that we don't know? Trust and flow, let me take care of the when and the now. Only focus on what we have now. Don't fight our invisible mind. Let all thoughts and worries go. Just trust and flow. Sorry coming before it occurred. It helped me decrease the hurt. Please know that I understand. It's only right you take a hand. Pretend that I was just a friend. And ain't it soothing that we know why we don't know? Trust and flow, let's take care of the when and the how. Only focus on what we have now. Don't fight our invisible mind. Let all thoughts and worries go. Just trust and flow. Is it a destiny? Could it be? But now you're not ready for me. Is it pain that sets us free? For now, let's just move on. Forever bonded, forever one. And ain't it soothing that we know why we don't know? Trust and flow, let's take care of the when and the how. Only focus on what we have now. Don't fight our invisible mind. Let all thoughts and worries go. Let all thoughts and worries go. Let all thoughts and worries go. Just trust and flow. Yay! Right. Okay, so my name is Joy. I'm giving up on playing this without any mistakes. It's impossible, especially if you haven't touched the guitar for like what feels like 2 or 3 months, I don't know. And yeah, as you can see, I've got a new look, and usually I wouldn't show myself this way. You know, every 7th year or something like that, it happens that I just feel like, oh, I need to get rid of everything. And it was time yesterday. And so usually for the first week or so, I hide in my cave. And then it grows and it's all right and it looks like a little bit like Sinead O'Connor, but in the beginning it's just like, okay, I just escaped prison, don't mind me. But yeah, I'm like, yeah, you know what, I don't care anymore, I just don't care anymore. So yeah, but that was not the story I was going to tell, but rather I wanted to share some of the magic that sometimes surrounds me. like with this song, it's actually the first song I wrote on my own, and the first song that doesn't need anybody else to, well, it would need a guitar player, but yeah, let's just disregard that. So the first one that I can kind of play on my own, more or less. Because usually my songs are just too difficult and I need help, help from myself. So the thing is, I had forgotten this song, really. I wrote it last October or something. I was, sitting somewhere in nature, and I like, as you might have guessed, when suddenly, the lyrics found me, the story found me, and I just scribbled everything down, and I was actually busy with another song and with so many other things at the time, and I was like, that's just too easy, just let's disregard it and let's just forget about it, the whole thing. I don't know what that means, but I don't want to know either. So, and then time passed, and I think it was shortly before Christmas when I got into one of these eternal chats with my friend Nico, who's also a musician, and we don't hear from each other for like, I don't know, a couple of months or a year, I don't know, we just lose time, it doesn't really matter. And then it's like, okay, sending 20, 30 podcasts a day. And and that was, he suddenly was like, so, you know what, I just wrote a song, or rather it's only a chorus, and, I don't know what to do with it, so I'm just gonna play it for you. So, he played it for me. And I was like, even, when I saw the title pop up, I was like, Jesus, that's creepy, because that reminds me of my song, because it was called Worlds Collide, and it was about, when two worlds collide, the hurt that might be caused in the process. And, even before I heard one single tone or note or whatever, I got the creeps already, and I was like, Jesus, I think, this is somehow connected to my song. And then I heard the lyrics, and I was like, okay, it just sounds like, the story I have here is the kind of cheerful story, looking at it from the positive side, and it seems like you came up with a story, with actually the same story, but telling it from the other person's side, a side that's not that positive, but rather like a little bit gloomy and dark. And so we kind of helped each other birth our songs. That was so magical, because, when I heard his chorus, I was like, oh yeah, that was my song. I remember I had something there, but I only had the lyrics. And after listening to his chorus, I got down, sat down at my piano and, came up with the chords and with the melody and sang it. And then I sent it to him, to Nico. And I was like, that's what my song sounds like. I'm sorry, it's so cheap, is what I said. Like it's only C major and blah blah. And I remember one friend of mine saying, hey Joy, you know what? Just forget this cheap business. Just replace cheap by easy. Can you do that for me? And I was like, okay. And then another friend whom I told, I was a bit embarrassed and ashamed about that song, really, because it was so easy. And she said, don't bash these chords that way, because I was like, it's C major there. And she was like, these chords are actually really nice, just because they might be more common, it doesn't mean they are not valuable. And I was like, yeah, they're right. And then Nico popped in, and he was like, Joy, I told you before, it's all right, just use whatever comes best and easiest to you, and shut up, basically, just do it. So yeah, and then, we just, I don't know, I sent him my stuff, and he sent me his, and then eventually we had two songs that are completely ready. I mean, mine needs the professional recording and stuff like that, but his is ready to go. And it's so cool, because it was just like, how can we come up with exactly the same story? I mean, without talking to each other and without knowing what keeps our minds busy. I mean, the other one's mind. But anyway, so that was really magical, and I'm really hoping that he is gonna publish his really professional and cool song soon. And if so, I'll share it with you. And yeah, that's all from my side for now. Music is not really my focus right now. I'm busy with the book that's going to be published this year, so I'm not sure when the next song will pop into my life and ask for one of my Gagagoo recordings. We'll just have to wait and see. So have a lovely time. I love you, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.